Let her go. Last chance.
Let go of me, Frank.
You don't want to do that.
Who the fuck are you?
I need to talk.
Lose your cell phone?
Welcome to The Good, the Bad, and the Sequel. This is the movie podcast where we're talking sequels, and we do it in two parts. The first, an interview with an actor, someone involved that made the film worth watching, and the second, a discussion of the sequel, what they got right, what they got wrong, and how it could have been better. Really hope you enjoyed last week's interview with actor, stuntman, Raheem Shab. Man, it's so funny after talking to him and he tell me stories about working with Jason Statham. I saw him 3 different times in one scene. And I have that as a clip. So that was a blast, man. I cannot wait to talk. This is our first action movie in so long. And before I even mention it, well, I guess I will. Mechanic 2, Mechanic Resurrection. And I got to introduce you to my partner in this sequel watching journey, Jamie Riccardi. Jamie, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Doug. How are you doing?
I'm doing really good because I feel like if I'm thinking back, we have not done an action movie. I couldn't even tell you the last true action movie that we've done.
No, and I also feel like this is like the most up to date action movie we've done. Like we've done a lot of
easily.
So we've done a lot of old action movies. So this is the first action movie we've done, and I love Statham. I mean, I think he's like one of the best action guys in the last 10 years.
Oh,
he still makes great movies. But, there's always a but when we start these movies. I thought I liked the movie much better the first time I saw it when it came out.
Oh, wow. Okay. So we'll
yeah.
talk about it. No, this is like the second and newest movie because I think the newest movie that we ever did was Escape Plan 3. But other than that, we've only this is the second newest movie ever. 2016. Other than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, everything's older.
Yeah. No. And the first Statham movie, right? So, I mean, this is
our first Statham. Yeah. So this is perfect. So we could not do an action movie without our action sequel expert. I think he's the last action movie that we did with Death Wish 4 back in July. Death Wish 3, Under Siege 2, where we're asking the question, how can somebody just cook on a train? How can Seagal just go into the kitchen and say, hey, I'm going to cook a souffle?
No questions asked.
No questions asked. And then also Best of the Best 2, where we talked to Eric Roberts and Wayne Newton. Of course, I'm talking to our action sequel expert, Andrew. I got the powers. Andrew, how you doing, man?
Doing good. Doug, how are you?
Amazing. If you're watching on video, you saw that. If you're listening, Andrew owns a Rage Room, Break Stuff, New Jersey, in New Brunswick. And he just tossed a cup onto the ground and shattered.
Wait. That wasn't his bedroom? He's just throwing it in his back. I mean, I thought that was your bedroom.
Oh, yeah. Let me get my wife to clean it. All right, Vic, clean this up.
Andrew, number 5, man. This is monumentous. Number 5, that's a big deal.
I feel like I'm getting better and better at it. And, the more I watch these, especially the action films, I really want to, narrow down into what exactly do I like about these action films and what makes a good action film. So I've actually come up with the 4 B's that make a great action film. So the first one is boobs.
Wait, why is the last S backwards?
It is not.
Yes, it is.
Oh, you have it backwards.
It's all backwards.
Wait. What just happened?
No, boobs. It was spelled right forward. Just the S was backwards. That was the only letter backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the S is backwards.
This is whatever.
All right, what's the second B?
Second one is
you can't read your own writing?
I can't. Bombs. So bombs, explosive, big explosions, right? The next one.
By the way, your whole word was backwards this time.
Yeah, you're showing it that you can read it.
Oh, I can't read it. Big fights. So So gunfights, chases, kung fu,
Anything that's not
like
small
that.
or medium.
Correct. And then something that's batshit crazy. Maybe that's upside down.
Much better. That's much
Batshit
better.
crazy.
Okay.
So this movie actually nailed all
Okay.
4 of them in the first 5 minutes. First 5 minutes.
So now let me ask you this: starting with the first one with boobs, are we talking about like just like do they have to be naked boobs, or is it like?
No, no. I don't think so. I mean, Jason was topless
many times
in this movie. So
well, that was my question.
yeah,
like, is it man boobs or women boobs or just?
Well, whatever your pleasure is. I'm not going to judge on.
Okay.
Whatever.
Okay.
See, when Andrew makes the 4Bs, he thinks of not just men, not just himself. He's not that kind of guy. Everyone.
True.
The people.
Wait. You think his first one is the men and then the women?
No, I'm saying
'Cause you
he's
said-
thinking about everyone.
No, of course, but you said he's not just thinking of just the men. He's thinking about women too. Like you would think that he would go like, he's not just thinking of the women, he's adding the men in there. But you're saying he thinks of men boobs first, then adds the women.
I think because he's that kind of guy.
Okay. What kind of guy is he?
He cares about people, not that kind of guy.
Okay.
do.
Okay.
This is true.
Okay.
All right, so Mechanic Resurrection. I like that there's a link to it, Andrew, being our Death Wish Charles Bronson expert. This is a Charles Bronson in the first, Mechanic movie in 1972, directed by Michael Winner. That movie ends, and there's no sequel. But this one had a sequel, and they didn't even know the first movie didn't do well. The one that came out in 2011, I remember really liking that one. And this movie, they had to fund this a lot, and the budget for this movie, because they filmed all around the world, it was only like $30 million, which is just kind of shocking.
I don't think so. I think
they had a lot of explosions. They filmed in some wild places.
they did, but they also used a lot of green screen. A lot.
They did.
And,
They
okay.
did, yeah.
So okay. This is my question with the movie, and
Sure.
it might change the way I like the movie and not like it. So like I said, I think he's awesome. The action scenes are great in this movie. Did they make this movie thinking it's going to be a good movie and like a good follow up to the first movie, or did they make this just to have fun, like an '80s like a Commando, Cobra, just a crazy action flick? Not taking itself serious and, having fun with it. Because if it's the latter, then okay, it's a good movie. But if they thought they were making a good movie, the acting was horrendous. The green screen was bad. I think Jessica Alba her acting was horrible.
Oh,
That's,
yeah.
Okay. So,
Okay.
Well, So the thing with Jessica Alba, it didn't seem like she fit
Not at
this role, right? She doesn't fit the damsel in distress role. I mean, when she first came on screen, I thought she was going to be like a buddy cop with Jason. I thought she was going to be kicking ass, and then she completely
showed
flipped
signs
it.
of
I
able to
didn't-
kick ass for some reason. Even though she's, not even, an action. But I almost feel like she has been acting in a while, which might be true because I haven't seen her in anything. And then she's in this movie and maybe she forgot how to act.
We just lost all of our Jessica Alba fans. Jessica Alba just turned us off.
Well, listen, she looks great in the movie.
Oh, now she's even more pissed. No, but funny thing you mentioned it. So definitely the latter. I'm sure they went into this movie, like a lot of his movies. I wouldn't say the Transporter movies. If I read it in like a novelization, I'd be like, oh man, they're great action movies. There's like, what you're going in for. And what's funny? He made this movie because of movies that he was like the second fiddle, like The Expendables, Fury 7, and Spy. He wanted, and in his quote, he wanted to give back to his fans and start another action genre movie. And I think this one went into the theaters. A lot of his other ones that he did around this time, like Safe, there was the one with J-Lo. I don't think that was like a big like theater release. This one did really well. 125 million around the world it made.
Well, okay. So my point is, so yes, you want to look at like Transporter or Crank, that's all hand-to-hand combat kind of fighting action. In the first 5 minutes of this movie, he jumps on a hang glider. Okay, so
love that.
Okay, but see, that's where like I'm like, all right, what kind of movie is this? Like that to me is like, all right, they're having fun. It's a silly movie. Like he's not taking it because I mean, I love the hand-to-hand combat. Yeah, right. it is like that. So that's why I'm like, I was expecting more the action, not the over the top craziness.
Yeah. So before we start, let me just tell you this fun fact. I don't know if it's a fun fact. So Jessica Alba and Sam Hazeldine, they were both they love Statham, and that he still to this day does his own stunts, which a lot of people get to the point in their career, 25 years into it, and they're like, screw it, I'm gonna let somebody else do it. He's doing everything. They did all their own training. They did all their own stunts. And the crew was like so impressed that they did that. So Jessica Alba, she put in the work.
Well, she was also Alias. I mean, so she did a lot of stunts.
Back
then.
Gosh, dude. Yeah, she definitely turned it off because she was Dark Angel.
Oh, Dark Angel. Alias, Dark Angel, same thing.
That's right.
Now we lost all the Alias fans. And the Dark Angel fans. They're just switching off. Nobody's listening right now.
All right, I'm hanging up. I'm done.
So let's get right into this movie. So the green screen is one thing I was going to mention because there's green screen in the background, and there is a scene that we'll talk about. It's later in the movie, but the computer graphics they use look. We'll talk about it. So the movie opens up, and you see that famous Rio de Janeiro stock footage. That whoever owns that is probably the richest man in the world. Move over, Bill Gates. This guy's so rich. It's the same shot in any movie that shoots in Rio. It's that same little pan on it, and just the fact that his name's Arthur Bishop, the toughest guy, one of the toughest guys. It's not a tough guy name.
We just lost all the authors now. Okay. So,
all the people named Arthur, the fans of the cartoon Arthur, and then fans of Arthur on the Rocks. Dudley Moore stands are done. They turned us off. So Statham, we open up. He has a pretty cool setup. Like his houseboat is awesome. Open the day, listen to a vinyl. And then the fact that he has to leave every day and arm his boat. That's got to be. Could you imagine living a life like looking over? Because everybody thinks he's dead at this point from the last movie.
Based on the scenic view that he's living on, it's like arming your house. Don't you put an alarm on your house when you leave the house? Some people. Well if you had an alarm,
I shouldn't say that. I have actual guards.
Okay. So you got Doberman's guards and
No, a Vietnam War vet. I give him a 6-pack a day, and he just
that's all he needs. All right, we just
God, now nobody's listening.
But I mean, okay, so it's like alarming your house. I mean, it's I'm okay with that. Listen, I'll give the location of this movie, the water, the island is amazing. Like it really looks like paradise, man. I would live there in a heartbeat. So no, I don't feel bad for him at all.
I don't know why he leaves. Like why does he leave? Like he leaves to go to this like ritzy bar or whatever the hell it was, that restaurant. Like why leave that? Like, if you're playing dead, I don't know. That scene they play.
Why is he playing dead?
Chill.
I don't remember.
Well,
the
he
first one.
died. He wanted to get out of the business because that's what his thing is. And
wait, you said he died?
He faked his own death. He escaped in time.
In the end of the first one.
In the end of the first one, yeah.
He seems to do that a lot.
And yeah, he does. Dude, the plot of this movie is the same thing as Killer Elite. Not the whole plot. It's just that Killer Elite, he has to do 3 kills and make them look like accidents. And the mechanic, that's his whole thing. And that's why in those fight scenes, even Jason Statham said it was so hard to do those really quick fight scenes because the way his character is supposed to think, because he respects the Bronson movie, is that's why in some of them he looks around for things to use or angles and grab different things. But no, what's really, speaking of alarm, what's alarming is this movie came out in 2016, and what did they have did somebody have extra Blackberries? Because why the phones they used in this movie? Dude, iPhones were out for almost 10 years. And he was using this phone that had a little tiny screen and it said alarmed.
Yeah, but he's on an island. He probably doesn't have a good Wi-Fi or connection there.
And he has 40 of those phones. We saw he has 2 briefcases that are different briefcases with a million passports and a million cell phones. And in Thailand or whatever.
Listen, you know what? the equipment that he's somehow able to get every single place he goes to. He has the most high tech equipment somehow stashed everywhere. Because I don't know how he travels with all that stuff and where he hides it. So yeah, he has everything everywhere. Yeah, he has access to anything he wants.
Yeah. And that restaurant is when he gets there again. He goes by Santos Bishop. Dude, why wouldn't he use a different last name? And his accent is horrible. Oh. So when he sits at that table, they go, Mr. Santos, we have the table set up for you. And the green screen, you're right, is so bad. Behind him, it's horrendous. But I get it. They probably saved so much money not filming a swanky, actual on location. But the fact that girl sits down and starts talking to him and she goes, I know who you are, Arthur Bishop. And he throws, I don't even want to attempt it. So I don't want to lose the last listener that's here. That might be from Rio de Janeiro and they might be upset. But just the fact that he attempts it and then in seconds he gives up.
Listen, he's got a strong accent to begin with. Why even mess around with that? To think that he's going to be able to speak Spanish. It was just ridiculous.
Oh, man. And then right away, without even saying anything, she just gives him the proposition. You have to perform these 3 jobs, which why would he do that? Really? Why? Just because, which we see in a second, that there's a ton of henchmen there. This guy obviously can take them all out. Why would she think she can just ask him that and it'd be that simple?
No, he's out of the loop for a while, and maybe they feel like his guard is down. Listen, first of all, a lot of women get beat up in this movie a lot. Yeah. Jessica Alba, forget about it. She gets pounded. They're pretty physical in this movie. I did like this action scene. The only thing is though, and he doesn't usually do it in too many of his movies. The camera speed was jacked up for the scene. It was moving very fast. I guess maybe to go with you said before is he didn't want to go that fast because he's supposed to be more of a thinker or whatever. Or
yeah, I think it was like that because if you notice it, which I'll play the scene, and this is where, and then maybe Andrew can tell us where all the bees where all the bees show up. The 4 bees.
What are you doing?
Movie. Yeah. Dude, within that is the first. Dude, he knocks the guy. He uses the table as a weapon. He knocks out how many people?
See, look how fast the camera's moving.
Yeah. Dude, face on the grill. And I'll point out Brahim, last week's guest. There he is right there. That's Brahim. So that's him getting his ass kicked right there. And then he gets a knife to his back. Oh my god.
Now, this is the first 5 minutes of the movie.
And then that was cool. Using the taser to set the... And then Brahim again. That's the scene that he made him do 10 times because he knew he could do it perfect. And that was the last one. Insane.
See, now, if the whole movie was like that, I'm in. That scene was awesome. As much as they, the green screen and the fast moving of the camera, but it was awesome. But when you start doing the stupid things of jumping on a hang glider, it takes a little away from what he does.
I would say that's the only over the top thing that I think wouldn't be possible that he does in this movie.
Well, I think a lot of it is pretty much impossible. I think that whole scene we just watched is pretty impossible. And again, the same thing we talk about in every movie. Why are they all attacking one at a time? If they bum rush him, Raheem is a big guy. They bum rush him, they're going to knock him down. No, let's go one at a time.
Yeah, he's not big enough to pull the commando and just the Matrix. And,
no, not at all. Or Jackson.
Yes, Jackson. And and then the fact, the way he escapes, I know jumping on the hang glider is silly, but when he's on that tram, because in this movie, the way he leaves scenes and stuff, he's super fast. And just the way he, when he's on the boat later in the movie, doing parkour, which was insane. But when he's on top of the tram, and there are a lot of henchmen, but there's a lot of just regulars at that restaurant, and they're just shooting everywhere, trying to shoot through it. And then he jumps over her and lands on that. And I thought that was going to be Jessica Alba. I don't know why. I really thought. So I didn't watch a trailer, and I haven't seen this movie in a long time. I thought that was going to be Jessica Alba, and then from there, they were buddy copping it.
You know what's really weird though? We never saw those henchmen again. That henchman crew.
Well, they're all in the hospital.
disappeared. And,
Well, they're all probably dead.
and that I mean, no. I mean, they just watched Statham sail away on the hang glider. Like they didn't.
They all had
No,
broken
Andrew-
arms and legs.
No, the next Andrew.
No,
the
they
next
were
scene, they all go to his boat. They're all those henchmen that survived that could walk.
Oh, I thought it was just one dude. It was all of them.
Oh, there was two guys on the boat, but I'm sure some were in the boat. But just the fact that he had to blow up that boat, that's a lot. That I know he has a ton of money.
That makes sense.
He has so much
But
money.
that chick though, she should have survived. She took a table to the face,
No, she
and then she
still
still
chased
chased him. She should have definitely been in the final four at the end of the movie.
Yeah,
how
why
about the
wouldn't you?
fact that was a packed restaurant and I didn't see anyone leaving? Like they're watching this crazy action scene going on right now with weapons and fighting and death, and they're all still eating their meal.
Honey,
Like, no one got up.
Honey, we should go.
Wait, honey, this is the entertainment I told you about. What?
Frank, I waited 4 fucking years for a reservation.
You know how
3
hard it was to get a
Michelin
reservation?
stars. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so and then this one thing I gotta say, Jamie, I know it's ridiculous that he lands on the paraglider, but this might be the greatest in our history of our podcast, episode 202, sequel number 74, opening credit scene. That was 6 minutes of action, and then it said mechanic resurrection.
No,
And
without
then-
a doubt. Like I said, I mean that was 5 minutes into the movie. I mean,
Ugh.
but there's a reason why they did that, because the next half hour was slow as crap. Like with him and Jessica Alba, there was nothing. It was like a love story for 30 minutes.
Yeah,
It
it
was-
did feel,
I
I guess it did feel that long, but the next scene was very interesting. I have a lot of questions, and I'm hoping that we can talk about it for a while. Like, how does he have a secret lair in a shipping container on a boat?
You're talking about a guy who has all this equipment that he's able to sneak into a prison.
I
Who's
get
able
that.
to? Okay, you get that?
Yes, but
He's able
what
to-
I'm saying is one guy that's a new guy doesn't accidentally move that container one day. Like, it's in the same spot? Really? Nobody found that and said, holy shit, 30 passports and 40 Blackberries? I can get like $5 a Blackberry.
Maybe there's a lock on it.
Could you imagine? Like a 14, 17, 69, and then he giggles. No. But no, I just thought that was silly. And the fact that he has internet, that great of internet there, that he's able to plug in his Blackberry and find out everything about this girl in seconds.
They have great internet everywhere in this movie. Excellent. 4K streaming. He's in the bumfuck off of Malaysia, and he's getting perfect signal. Amazing. I don't. This would have been a perfect spot for like AT&T, Verizon to put in a sponsorship.
So what is
Holy
like?
shit.
What is that? Who is he working for? That he has access to this software that I'm assuming that anybody can't just go into.
I don't know. He's
Right?
an
I mean-
independent contractor. So
Okay.
I don't know. Is there some...
So how does he have
web-
access to any database? Of getting any face recognition possible.
I don't know. He should have a handler like he had in the transporter. Remember that guy? The
Right,
French
yeah.
guy? He was great.
Right, but he doesn't. And
No, he
if he's so he has to be some kind of database that other people are getting into. Like
Henchman.com or... I guess
now we
he's
just
not
lost all the
henchman.
henchmen. Now we lost all the henchmen.
There was one screen where he had to pay something. Remember that? There was. I don't know which part of the movie, but there was a.
Oh,
a
it was this
screen where
part.
He had to, like,
No, I think it was
authorize
here.
a
He paid
payment.
like 10 grand for the information.
Yeah,
Yeah.
10 grand for the information, just for like the shitty documents to pop up. Yeah, that was a really bad transaction. Holy God.
You mean what? Right in the open, and a bar. That's that guy. Was that where it was? He met the guy at the bar, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is he still
No,
in
he
the
was sitting at a table with the guy.
No, he does that
Oh,
there,
okay,
but
okay.
then that's when he's buying the stuff for the pool, right? Is that when
Okay,
he's
yeah,
buying
okay.
that stuff?
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
but he
okay.
does.
For the
Andrew's
jail,
right. He
yeah.
does enter something on the computer to get I forget the actress's name, but yeah, to get her information within seconds, and then I guess he kind of pieces together. Or does she say who she works for? Does she mention his name, Crane?
She said she said she worked for. Oh wait, hold on. No. She
Okay.
never did. She never did. Yeah. So he figured it out when he pulled her up, and then the associates it came up as Crane. Yeah.
But he is nervous that somebody's going to find his lair because doesn't he burn everything? He burns all the documents in there.
He seems to do that a lot, though. Like, he doesn't leave any traces. He doesn't leave any traces.
But he's not at that shipping container all the time. Does he burn it every day? Does every day he goes in there, prints all the new stuff out? He must go through a ton of paper.
Well, those shipping containers are fireproof. Right?
I don't know. I'm not. Is there any shipping container experts? Oh, he's still on the line.
His name's not Arthur, so he's okay.
Arthur. So now he's in South Thailand, and then he sees a familiar friend and he just so happens that his bungalow, he owns the bungalow, but she says it's available. Is she renting out his bungalow? Is he getting a cut of that, or
is she from the first movie at all? Because she talks about him saving. Okay. See, I thought that would have been good if she was in the first one because she says you saved me also in the past. I guess.
Yeah, I don't remember her, but I don't know. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. But the fact that he gets to a shack, and then when this is a shack on a beach, sand underneath, and he moves the bed, and he has guns, and he has that same freaking case that has 30 passports and 30 Blackberries.
How do we get these planks that we move and get?
He has a lot of them. Oh yes!
Holy shit!
Wait, not only the plank though, but how do you get into the ground that deep like that? Like with the foundation of a house or anything? Like, because this happens in every movie. There's always a plank that you can move for like guns and like briefcases.
That's if there's not a market, if there's not a supplier for it, I think this is the natural.
Every house should have a plank that you can move.
To take. We should start selling those.
Wait, didn't he? There's two of them in this movie. Is the one in the shipping container?
I think the first.
It was in the boat. Okay.
Was it in the boat? Yeah. Which begs the question. Now he really just ruined the integrity of the boat. That shit would have fucking sank if he really.
It was probably leaking anyway. He probably blew it up, save himself a big headache in the long run.
He was probably collecting the insurance money. That's what he was. And those guys happened to be on there when he blew it up.
So he's, to get out of the contract, he just figured, you know what, I got to time the explosion, and that's it.
Oh man! And then we got and then the next scene, he's at the restaurant, right? And he's trying to find more. Oh, yeah, he's at the restaurant.
No, Jessica Alba.
No.
This is where Jessica Alba comes in.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the first time we see her, right? When she comes in asking for medical supplies.
Yep. Right, and then she notices a bruise on her arm.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I was expecting a whole different ending with Jessica Alba. Okay.
Oh,
okay.
me
so
too. Me too.
Probably the same thing. And to me, that would have made a better ending, I think.
Yes. And this is why I did not include plot in the 4 Bs.
Plot doesn't start with a B, so
B, but the plot was terrible. But I enjoyed it nonetheless.
So, but okay, we're on the same page then because that they really set it up to be like that, and I think again that twist would have been so much better than how it ended. Because
it would have been, it would have been even better when Bishop got on the boat, and if Jessica Alba was beating the shit out of that guy. That would have been a great twist. Like he thinks he's saving her, but no, he's actually has to save him.
So then him and the guy fall in love, and then the rest of the movie he has to find that guy.
It would have been a great twist.
That would have been a good twist. But okay.
He would have brought him home. He would have bed him down.
Well, the reason why I think the other way would have been better because how long does he? I mean, technically, how long does he know Jessica Alba for?
Oh, a day.
A day. That he's this in love, that he's going to risk his life. He's going to do all these things for her. And to me, the most important thing, he gives his father's watch to Jessica Alba after knowing her for a day. Like, so that, to me, the other plot would have been so much better. That one didn't break, by the way.
That glass didn't break.
No, definitely did not. But the funny with that watch, when he gave her the watch, that's what led me to believe there was going to be something at the end. It was either that he put that watch on her for a very specific reason or something like that. That threw me off, and it never came to anything. Which
I wasn't even. I was just thinking like she was playing him the whole time.
Oh, I wasn't.
See, I thought he was gonna
yes,
track her.
That's what I thought.
What I thought he was gonna do
so
when he put that on.
Wouldn't the henchman and Crane, when they see like a watch, don't they check people's bodies? Wouldn't they think that could be like some kind of tracking device or some kind of communicator, and they like throw it off the boat? They let her keep it on.
Because they
but
knew
why would they?
From. They knew
but
that
why
it
would
was
they?
his
Because,
watch.
but
His
it
father's
wasn't.
watch.
How do they know?
Well, they don't know, but you know, I don't know. But it wasn't. So, you know.
But they should be preventive, you know, be proactive.
Okay, so that in that case, then she shouldn't have any earrings or any jewelry whatsoever.
Exactly.
Or any clothing.
And that would enhance your boobs thing then. So, okay.
Tenfold.
So then we get, which the boat's really far out. So when they show the one shot of Michelle, I think her name's Michelle Yeoh.
Yes.
I forget her character's name. Oh, May. When May comes out at night, the boat, you could pretty much see it clear from the beach. But later when she convinces Statham to go out there, she goes, I've seen this before, and this doesn't end well because she's a fighter, and fighters are the ones who usually end up dead. So he's almost like, fuck, I'm trying to get some sleep. You know, my boat, I blew my boat up.
But until she said that I'm going to go do it. Which,
yeah.
What do you expect her to do? You know,
maybe she has skills.
Why do you think she has skills?
Oh, I think that would have been a much better movie.
That would have been cool. That would have been a good thing. She shows up at the end or somehow helps out.
If May went over there and whooped his ass,
when the cop showed up later, it'd been great if May like put up a fight. She wasn't even around.
Well, Alba puts up a fight all the time, and again, she's not any kind of expert or anything. So I was surprised why she was able to fight so well.
Yeah,
because she does a couple moves.
Oh yeah.
She kicked one guy in the balls.
She did a couple elbow things, and no, she was physical in some of the scenes.
Yeah, I thought she was pretty good. And then we got to the scene. So he gets out to the boat, right? He takes like a little boat out there. He jumps off. Which I guess he left that boat out there because May picks him up later.
No. Because he drags his boat with the big boat when he's dragging the body. So when he's driving the boat, you can see his boat in the background.
Yeah. So he jumps off, so he's far enough away. He sneaks on, and she's like, this guy's choking her out. And just the line, I had it in the intro clip. It's so funny when the guy, he's like, don't even think. And his accent, because he has an accent, and he's trying to speak American. And he's like, I wouldn't do that if I were you. And the guy goes to grab the harpoon gun, which is far away from him. And it's like Statham accidentally killed him. There was like actually like sort of remorse.
There was, but I don't think the guy didn't seem that surprised that there's just a strange man standing on my boat right in front of me. I mean, like he was just like, who are you? Like, and I like, he was just questioning, who's this guy? I mean, he's literally in the middle of the ocean. Like, again, Statham was on that little boat for a while, you know. One, didn't the guy hear the boat coming towards him? Because it was, you know, you got the motor going. So he didn't hear him
there's
at all.
nothing out there. There's probably no noise pollution.
Nothing. So you know you're going to hear it. But like, he didn't seem that surprised. He was like, who are you? You know,
it was like a Jason movie. It was exactly like a Jason movie. Somebody is standing outside at the dock and they see this guy in a hockey mask. It's like, hey, what are you doing? Not like, ah!
Yeah, right. That's what I mean. Like, and you listen, throughout the whole movie, he's very stealthy. I mean, he's the most quiet killer I think I've ever seen because he gets everywhere and no one notices.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those suction cups
goodness.
don't make a fucking sound. Yeah, no, they don't make a fucking
Wait,
sound.
you're our sound effects guy too. That was pretty good.
That was pretty, I did like that. So now you would think that he did what he does is make things look like accidents. He didn't even try it with the boat. He just blew the boat up. And how about when he
blew the shit up?
How about the frozen rope that flare gun was on? It wasn't like a flare gun that goes in the air and like lands. It went like it had like a homing missile on it.
Yeah. And I mean, okay, so his plan was to blow it up, but before he blew it up, he was touching everything possible on that boat. So his fingerprints are all over that boat. So even if you blow it up, you are on water. So you're assuming that the whole boat, some of it's going to survive. Your fingerprints are all over that boat. Like he wasn't careful at all.
Yeah, and the fact that he doesn't know the relationship between. I know Jessica Alba is getting beat by him. Gina was getting beat, but he doesn't know the relationship. Like he doesn't know that they've only known each other for a few weeks and what's about to be revealed. But he played judge, jury, and executioner. I'm sure because he's a stealthy guy that can kill anyone. I'm sure he knows first aid. He could have tried something.
That's true. May said that, right?
Wait.
That people that can inflict the greatest harm can also be the greatest healer, which is the most bullshit fucking line ever. Most bullshit line. Like that sounded good, but oh my god.
Well, I think the guy was
Miyagi
can heal.
Yeah, but he wasn't shot. Daniel wasn't shot. He got kicked in the leg.
Oh, should have been shot.
Well, there would have been a different movie. So you're comparing a kick in the leg to getting shot.
No, but he didn't try. There was no attempt. He just saw the blood, and he's like, and May showed up, and it was like, we got to get out of here.
Okay, so if the guy survives, then what? The guy presses charges, and then he has to go to jail or court. He's like, listen, it's a lot easier. Just kill the guy, make sure he's dead, and that's it. He is a killer. I
hate court. That's why he did it. So here, the when she reveals her whole thing, it was so confusing because it's not like she has really. That's why I think what you guys mentioned, I think it would make more sense because her story sounded so fake about, like, obviously that she does a charity, which people can do, teaching kids and helping, girls like the sex trafficked. That makes sense too. But just the fact that she goes, I came here and I found this guy so I can get you to know. How the hell does she know that Statham was going to be there in days? She said she was with that guy for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Her acting was not great. So I think that was
I'm not saying her acting was bad. I am. She was probably confused.
No, her acting was bad. And I think that's why it was coming across so fake.
That's why I thought it was going to be a twist at the end where she was going to follow through on that double cross at the end. Which would have been much more satisfying.
So I don't think it's a matter. It's almost like she wasn't into the role. She just, she hasn't acted in a while. She needed a paycheck and, she just went out there. Cause she's done a lot of good acting roles. This was not one of them. And I think it showed. I really do. I don't think it was a great role for her. And maybe it wasn't like, listen, she was a lot younger than him, probably like 15, 20 years younger. So,
sorry, Jessica. How do you do that? I don't know. I can't.
You're trying to do a heart?
You're doing a Bieber heart for Jessica Alba?
Like you think you see them as like a romantic couple on screen? Like I feel like there wasn't a lot of chemistry. Like it just wasn't.
Well, even if there should never be chemistry, like they met each other like within a day.
No. Back or death. No, it just, I know that doesn't make sense. It just, I don't know. I think another actress in the role would have been a better fit. And I think it might've just worked a little better. That's all.
Yeah. If they were going for damsel in distress, yeah, definitely.
I'm trying to think off the top of my head, who in that.
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Oh, she's badass.
Boy George. I don't know.
Okay, see, so now it makes sense. The boobs are the man boobs first, then okay.
I love the reasoning. He goes, he hasn't been doing anything lately.
So you name a non-actor. Okay, so that's the first thing that comes to your mind is Boy George.
Or he's saying he might have done better than Jessica Alba did in this movie.
Oh, and you thought I was insulting Jessica Alba?
I know. Andrew.
Yikes.
Jessica definitely showed up.
I love Jessica.
She was supposed to be on our show in a couple of weeks. I forget about it now.
Yeah,
she's gonna shoot me.
So then Bishop, this right away, he's checking out Alba's bum. He's looking at her butt. So within seconds, oh, booty isn't one of your B's. That should be on there. Should be the fifth B, maybe.
See, I think booty it should have been more, but just because if you say boobs, I'm thinking, usually they're going to show them, and they don't show anything in this except for man boob.
Oh yeah, I guess true. So then, so what they want to do is they have to convince. Why would Bishop do this? So he doesn't know her. So anybody can come up to him and tell him this like sort of sob story. So within the next morning, he sees Crane's people, which they don't notice that he's looking over at them. Aren't they looking the whole time and not like two cops on stakeout?
They're looking at each other at the same exact time. So like they had their it's almost like a Naked Gun thing. Like they're like you're looking with the binoculars, but they're looking at you, so all you see is eyeballs because they're looking at each other. That's what it looked like. But he acted like they didn't see him. Like he was like, oh yeah, they're out there. Like yeah. And
they just held hands in that moment when they'd be like, oh boss, they just held hands after we saw him notice us. So they do that in order to make them think that. They show up and there's a wedding going on. Or something, and May puts a rope around them. So, dude, they know each other for 12 hours. They're genitalia to genitalia, which is so weird. Like, that's weird. Like,
well, she was definitely like hot for him. Like, she made the first move. She was like, he almost seemed like he was trying to avoid her, but just because probably like in any other movie, when you get too close to a subject, they always end up dying.
She told him exactly what her mission was.
Correct.
To seduce him and that's why it made no sense. Like she fucking told you what her plan was, and you're falling right for it.
Well, it is Jessica Alba.
Pretend that I'm really. Yeah, I know. I would.
So,
So then we like Crane, like and then he hears that name. So then he like reveals the whole. Why? Because Crane's disappointed that he survived what happened, 5 years earlier. And then when they get back to the place, he says, oh, was it before or after they had sex that he said, I got everything taken care of. They're going to take a boat's going to come here in the morning and they're going to take everyone. Was that before or after they had sex?
After. It was probably after. Usually you call the Uber for the woman after. I think, I don't know.
I thought Crane was going to be Tommy Lee. First of all, I think
so much
first of all, age-wise, I think that would have fit better. Crane and Tommy. I think Tommy Lee and Jason Statham. I think that would have been a much better like bad guy, good guy kind of thing. It
would have been if he had a good henchman to have that fight scene at the end, because I did enjoy that.
No, and I'm sure they could have, but I just because I knew he was in the movie and like I was waiting for Tommy Lee and I'm like thinking like he must be the main bad guy and like nope, didn't come up yet.
So, another plate crash. No, 71 minutes in is when he finally shows up. 71 minutes.
I know.
The movie's like it's 96 minutes, but it ends I think at like 88 or something. Yeah, so he's barely in the movie. And I love him. I love his role in this movie.
He can play any role. I mean, he really can. But yeah. So I was expecting that. So now, was this guy in the first movie then? This bad guy?
I don't remember. I know he was upset with that he survived, so I'm sure it would have been, or it could have been, man, Mechanic fans are going to be pissed at me right now. But I feel like it could have been maybe like a Die Hard 3, like You Killed My Brother or something like that. There was something that he wasn't supposed to survive.
Well, it's kind of like a Die Hard 3 because they're putting him on a wild goose chase all over the place. So it is kind of like a Die Hard 3.
So then we mentioned the watch already that he gives her the watch. So then again, why
with no GPS?
No GPS, no nothing special about that watch at all. Like nothing at all. Just that this is my dad's.
I think it shows that how much in love he is with her after one day. After one day. That's the whole purpose of the watch.
My treasured possession I'm going to give to you.
Yeah. Someone that told me that I was supposed to scam you to do something the first time I met you. Here's my watch that I possess more than anything else.
She dry humps me. I'm going to give that freaking watch right to her.
I would never give you this watch. I would never. It's so important to me. Boobs. Here you go.
I bet you she has the combination to the thing. The
16, 17, 69. So then they're on the beach. I don't understand why he wouldn't have the boat show up in the middle of the night. I think that's so dumb. It's like henchmen attacking one-on-one, or, I don't understand why it's like, let's wait till the day. Why wouldn't you escape at night? And they're walking on the beach. You see the fake cops show up that are working for Crane. And dude, there's like 2 scenes in this movie that I'm not saying I don't expect them to fight, but they were like sort of shocking. This one, when they're just standing there and you're thinking, okay, they're going to take Alba and he's just going to like go quietly. No, they both fight the cops.
Yeah,
it's just throwing hands.
There was a pause,
cops.
like there was like a kind of a long pause, and you're like, all right, you're right. You didn't expect him to just snap like that, and he does. I don't know how they thought that they were gonna take him down when they brought him to their territory in the restaurant, and he manhandled like 10 people. So they thought they're gonna go to his home territory where he lives and be able to take him on. Like,
I know
they never plan the right way.
Even him, why would he walk the beach like that? Like not have like a gun on him? It was almost like he was welcoming that because
he has 2 guns that he doesn't need an actual physical guns. I mean, his hands are weapons.
That is
so,
I did like when they did take him and they take him to sit down and meet with Crane. Dude, that was cool. The fact that he was in that chair that had the bomb on it and there was like nothing. And you know what I was thinking the whole time? Because he's so methodical. I'm like, what can he do? Wait, can he do like a Indiana Jones, like knock a guy out, throw him on a chair, like move right at the same time or something like that? But no, I did like some of those like weird elements that he was in throughout the movie.
Oh, no, you're right. And something, we're getting to the point now where he explains what he needs to do. And Jason Statham goes, how can I trust you that you're going to deliver, the girl? And he goes, what did he say? He said, like, because if I know you, I don't want to be on your list or something like that. Right. Or
yeah. Yeah.
Doesn't he think he's already on the list for kidnapping his girlfriend? And, he's already on the list. Does he think like he's going to get off the list at some point? Like, so why would he think that? No, now he's not going to be on the list because he's going to honor his deal.
I feel it's like he thinks that his henchmen are better than Arthur Bishop. I really think that he thinks that because he obviously does escape like an attack like a couple times in the movie. But dude, here's one question I got to ask both of you, and I'll ask Andrew first. From when this part happens, when Gina gets taken, how long until the end of the movie? How many days do you think?
Oh man, that's a good question. I mean, is it like 4 to 5? Like, it seems like it's really rapid succession. I'm gonna say 3-4 days of max.
Jamie,
right? Because he gets them. Because the first kill and the second, yeah, I'm gonna say.
Okay,
4 or 5
so
days.
are you asking me what it should be or what it looks like it is?
Well, what it should be.
It's got to be like a couple of weeks. I would think it would have to be like 2 weeks. I mean, like he's traveling all over the place. He's scoping out each territory. It's so it's got to be. I would say it has to be like 2 weeks each kill, like because he's taking time. It almost comes across like each kill is one day. Like he spends the morning of like scoping out what he needs to do, getting his equipment, going, and then getting thrown to prison. He's in prison one day and he escapes the next day. Like everything seems to happen so fast, but it should. Yeah.
He's got really good Wi-Fi.
He has great Wi-Fi, yeah.
Really
but it should
Wi-Fi.
be at least to me 2 weeks per kill.
Oh, dude, and then that's even thinking about just 2 kills because the last one, Max, that is a day. He only has a day for that one. But you're right, dude. He gets an apartment, and every of the first 2, he has like his own place. So obviously, he has to sign some paperwork, or he has to give somebody money. He has to find an apartment, and then the amount of pictures that he has on the walls, and the books, and the computers, dude. He's got to be there for at least a few weeks. It is insane the amount of photos he has. I think it's for both of them. But when he has the plans for the prison and he's looking everything up, I'm like, holy shit.
He has the whole blueprint of the prison.
He has the blueprint of the prison and he gets it for the apartment in the next one.
Yeah. And does he have like an endless supply of equipment? Because all his equipment does, like, a lot of it gets blown up or get used. Like, where is he getting this stuff from? Like,
he blows it up himself. He blows it up. He like maybe has like a warranty on it and he just gets it shipped to the next
But where? Like, okay, so he lost his ship that had a lot of things. So where is like he should have a queue. Like they should show us like a queue that like is always hooking him up wherever he goes and delivers equipment. But they don't. He's like somehow at the apartment, he's got everything he needs. Where'd he get it?
I would think Crane should give him a gopher to be with him, or he should have a gopher. You're right. There should be like a queue that works with him because everything is there. Like, dude, that's like a really good laser printer that he has. Those photos are great. And that's all I could think about when I saw that scene. So one thing I think that was really cool, the prison they used in this movie is a real prison that's abandoned now. So that's why they really use it for the movie.
Is it?
Dude, that is like
Ah,
Alcatraz. Yeah, that one. But they have one that is just as intimidating that you can't. Dude, that's like Alcatraz.
So I would say that. So that prison is really on an island like that. Like,
yeah,
that's
dude.
crazy. That's crazy. And in like prisons in those countries, they were like insane. Like, oh,
that was really nice though. You were playing soccer.
It was like camp. They were at camp.
You had a free reign.
Cocaine. You had all the cocaine you wanted.
I mean, yeah. I mean, what? That was the best prison. If I was going to go to jail, I would go to Malaysia. I don't.
Well,
so
based on some of the things we've been talking about, I could see that you'd want to go to prison.
So let's talk about Crash. Perfect timing. So let's talk about the first target, Krill.
Okay. So before you get unless I missed it somehow, why does he want these three people dead? Like,
they're his competition? There's 4.
We don't find.
Yeah, we don't find that until later.
Like,
but there's 4 arms dealers.
Okay, so it's about arms
warlords
dealing.
in the okay, and warlords because this guy's a warlord and a mass murderer. But it's basically all of Crane's competition.
Okay.
So this Krill guy. So here's the thing that doesn't make sense. So inside this prison back up. How about the fact that Arthur Bishop looks in the wanted ads, almost like in like the want ads in the newspaper, and he finds out who's out for whatever. So he finds a guy doesn't look anything like him.
Not and knowing how prisoners, I mean, you always hear stories of like the people that you would not want to go to prison are the people that are like sex offenders. You know, they're in prison, they're like, everybody like goes like they're a target. So that's your target. Like that's the person you want to go in as. Like when you want to go, like if you're going to go and throw into like a crazy prison like that, I want to find a guy that killed 500 people. Like everybody's gonna be scared of me. I don't want to be someone that they're gonna be targeting me right off the bat.
And
the fact that he has to get this intricate tattoo. Well, I guess it doesn't have to be perfect because he doesn't look like the guy. So that's all he drew himself.
He drew himself.
Yeah. What? So he went to a tattoo place. He gets like the henna tattoo stuff. Couldn't have, because we know that Arthur has so much money. Like when he has the private pilot later, that they kind of have a conversation like they know each other later in the movie, but then he disappears. We don't see him again. So maybe he was a cue that was edited out of the movie. He does it in the mirror. And the fact that I do love his voice that he does. It kind of reminds me of like, not Brad. Is it Brad Pitt in the movie that he has a really weird voice?
Snatch.
Yeah, he did like that when he was bumping into people and into the cops.
Well, he was in Snatch. Jason Tatum. He was. Yeah. It's I think what is that? The Cockney English accent. So that's where he started. Yeah. So no, that's part of what makes him so cool. I mean, because he has that accent and he is a badass. It definitely fits him, but not speaking Spanish, it doesn't go. Yeah, it's like someone with a deep Spanish accent speaking with a Cockney English accent. I don't see that happening.
Yeah, no. So before he goes in, his supplies are shark repellent and then the fake tattoo ink. But the fact that the funniest part is when he bumps into the guy and he gets put into prison within seconds, and the fact that they don't even check it by like their face. There is a friggin' thing next to it. The tattoo that he had on his face. That's how they did it. They were like, snake tattoo, check. That's all they did to get these people admitted into prison.
Wait, hold on. Did you?
I looked at a few. You did good. I didn't pause it.
Oh, so some of his like identifying information is like scar over cheek. Blah, blah, blah. The guy directly above him said drunken driving. I know it was like what the fuck? Like if you're gonna look at the guy like, oh, he looks like he's a fucking drunkard. Like,
well, are these? Was this like an FBI list or just a regular list of people in prison?
this was a Malaysian police prison list for.
So you're telling me that the police officers memorized everybody's face because all he did was bump into them and they arrested him.
Yeah,
Right.
it said dice.
No, but
Dice
when they
tattoo
arrested
or
him,
whatever the fuck.
like,
Oh, he
what
had an
did
ID. Remember, he made a passport.
No,
He used
no,
one
I
of
know.
his fake passports.
He made-
and they looked at it and they arrested him right away. But they memorized that this guy is wanted. Like, there's so many people on that list.
yeah.
They're not.
No, there's not many criminals in Malaysia or Thailand or where the hell he was. No, there's not. I mean, there's very, very.
Do you have sources
few.
that
So
confirm this?
Would that have been a great Naked Gun joke? Like with the drunk driver thing, they show like the face tattoo, teardrop, and then it's drunk driver, and it's a guy in a car in the line.
Well, you ever see Wrongfully Accused?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so when he does like a sketch of like they're looking for this guy and they have this, so he's like they're looking for him. So he sees a picture of himself on the wall. He draws circles around the eyes with a crazy mustache, and then the cops go after him. But out of the bathroom comes a guy with his glasses and the mustache. I've showed my kids that scene so many times. It's so over the top. I laugh every time.
Oh yeah. So his tattoo wasn't a snake; it was dice. It was
Dice.
tattoo of dice. So that's what was able to get him in. So then he sneaks everything in because he was able to get like whatever he bought from the guy in the bar. I think this is what he bought it from the bar because it was like a filament. I guess he snuck in the cigarette pack, which they let you have your cigarettes and your lighter and everything in order to get in.
They didn't give him the lighter.
Malaysian
They didn't give him a
Oh, the
lighter.
guy took
They-
the lighter.
I mean,
Oh, the
this
guy
is the
looked
place
at the
to go.
lighter.
The
and
guy
said,
looked at the lighter
"Ooh."
and took it.
He
Right.
took it.
So I was asking the same question. I mean, I've never been to prison, but I don't know if you're allowed to bring in, possessions. I would think that you have to kind of earn it.
Whoa. Well, what are you going to bet in the
Malaysia.
rat fights that we see as soon as he walks in? There's rat fights going
You
on
got
in a circle.
No, it wasn't a
Was
fight.
it a
It was
fight,
just
or
who's
was
in
he just looking-
which circle the rat goes out of. There was only one rat.
Yeah, I didn't see.
No,
a
there's
second
only one rat.
in there, right?
Wait, so they
Yeah.
were playing coochie coo with the rat? Come here, rat. Come on, come on, come on.
Yeah, that's exactly what they were doing. I mean, I don't know if they call it. I think Coochie Coo was another game they played.
They're like all tough. They're all tough. They're like, yeah, I'm a murderer. Yeah, I'm a rat. And it's like, okay, who can convince the rat to come to him and give him a kiss? Who can do nose to nose with a rat? There was only one rat.
One rat. Because there was a multiple holes by each guy that was betting on it.
That's the thing.
And the winner
That's
gets
got
the
to be a
rat.
real thing. That has to be as soon as we're done. I'm googling that and YouTubing. There has to be. What's that called?
Next Saturday night.
Are you? So you're gonna Google rat game
We're gonna
in
get together.
prison?
We're gonna play
Rat hole.
Be careful what comes up.
Rat hole.
All right, now we just lost all the prisoners. So okay, so
Tuesdays this fall on Game Show Network. Rat Hole. Hosted by Chuck Woolery. No, so then they have that, and then so I wrote this down because this happens in a lot of movies that we cover. There's a lot of people that speak English in this prison because he goes up to a guy that looks like he's from Malaysia. His teeth are so crooked, and he goes, "What's the deal with that guy over there?"
Wait.
And the guy starts talking.
what does his teeth have
The
anything
old man
to
who
do with
knows
anything?
everything about.
He
the
looked
prison.
like he was from there. He didn't look like he had good.
So you're saying
hygiene.
all Malaysians have crooked teeth?
They don't have great health care. Dude, they have good dental care. That's like British people. British people don't have the best teeth.
We're gonna end up with like 5 people listening to our podcast. Oh my goodness. Malaysians and crooked teeth. I never knew that was something.
But did you expect him to be like, oh yeah, here's the lowdown on him? No, I didn't expect that.
No, I didn't expect that. And why was he hanging out with him? Like you would think like you got this American that comes in and he makes friends that easy? Like he's playing isn't he playing chess with him? Wasn't he doing like playing a game with him at some point when the before the other guy was about to get shanked?
think later. It seemed like a deleted scene from.
No,
like,
he
The
was
Longest
playing later,
Yard.
but he was.
Oh,
Wasn't he
later
playing?
he was.
edition,
At
like,
this point,
yeah.
he's just eyeing up everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Well, later, like what, 5 hours from now, because we don't know how long he was in that prison for.
it's true. No, it seemed like minutes later. Was it after they ate? Because he saw the guy get the knife from another guy and put it into his jacket. How badass was that? The way he saved Krill.
Wait, it was in his. I thought he had a fake hand. Didn't he have a fake arm?
Oh yeah. He
had a fake arm. He took his arm off.
He took off Which begs the question: where do you get a fake hand?
Well, that looked like
Malaysian
honestly,
prison?
his hand looked like those Hulk gloves. It looked like a human Hulk glove.
Oh yeah.
It probably was.
Those
The
are
healthcare
probably
isn't
very
good in
expensive.
Malaysia, so they probably just used a Hulk hand that they found on sale and painted
Instead of
it. Yeah.
prosthetics. They just.
But
give you a
dude, that's
Hulk
what it
hand.
was.
That's
No,
actually, you know what?
Statham had it in a shirt because the way he opened his shirt and then he did like dude, when he caught that guy right in the freaking chest. Oh
Well,
my
he
God.
stole it from the other guy, though. The other
And
guy
he
was
saw,
gonna kill
he
him.
bumped into him in the
Yeah.
line when they were getting food.
Yeah. Well, I think it would have been funny if that guy went to grab it because he was supposed to kill the guy, and then he reached back and there was nothing there because he didn't realize it was gone.
Yeah.
But they never showed him again.
Or if he pulled it out to cut his sandwich, and he's like, "Fuck."
You guys know I hate crusts.
That would have been.
No, but the way he I love the way
Yeah.
he threw the knife. And then within seconds, Krill, this is what we'll talk about Krill in like 2 seconds, but the fact that within seconds, he trusts this guy enough to say, "You're going to have dinner with me tonight." And he goes, "I don't know, with all your guys around." He's like, "Just us." And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So this Krill guy, when he has his cell, which seems like it's probably bigger than anybody else's cell, and he talks about how great he has it in there, I'm like, why is he in there? Really? He seems like he runs the prison.
He does. He does. No, but even before that, so he's the number one guy in that prison. He runs the prison. Everybody's trying to kill him. It seemed very easy to get to him because if Statham wasn't there, Krill was dead. That guy with the Hulk hands would have killed him. So where was his protection? Like, I mean, it looked like it's very easy to go right up to him. And obviously it's very easy to kill him because why would he even trust Statham to be alone with him? You know, that didn't make sense.
And it has to look like an accident. So he notices the guy is doing cocaine. So he basically chokes the guy out. He comes behind him, chokes him out, and then he puts
Looks like an accident. Yeah.
Isn't it just he mixes the coke with something and like feeds it right down his throat or whatever? So wouldn't that not count?
He puts it in a
Oh yeah,
soup or
it's like some
something, right?
food. Yeah,
Well, but wouldn't he have choking marks on his neck also?
exactly. So would this count as a?
He tied him up where like he's fucking praying. Like that's a fucking dead giveaway that his hands are fucking tied.
But he also seemed like he was moving when he was shoving the cocaine down his throat. Like
Yes.
he did some like movement. Like the guy was like jerking around when he was was he dead from the choke?
That's what
What?
you usually do, right? I mean,
When
don't
I
you
do
usually
coke?
that? When you get cocaine? When you get cocaine
I
shoved down your throat?
don't know. I've never seen
Maybe
anyone get.
maybe
I've never
maybe
seen
he
anyone
was out, and then the little bit of coke gave him a little jolt. But wouldn't that constitute like what Crane wants these people dead to make it look anonymous? Wouldn't it be like in the news? Krill, a massive a killer from Africa. He died in the prison today, and one guy escaped by jumping through a wall.
Well, Malaysia doesn't have good dentistry, so they don't have news either. They can't afford the news. They can't afford, So I mean, I don't think they have newspapers over there.
They can't write. So the people in the prison, the prisoners, they're not going to report it. Would they want that to get out?
Sorry,
No,
Malaysian
you're right.
prisoners.
So the only Malaysian prisoners have bad teeth. Anyone else, they're fine.
Everybody's fine. Perfect.
Okay.
Pearly whites. No,
All right.
but I guess the motivation for the prison to not let this story get out that Statham was able to, put his cigarette in a crack, light it, and then be able to blow a hole.
That putty that he put on there was huge. Wasn't it gum? It was gum.
Yeah.
the size of that mound of putty that he put there was ridiculous. That
It was like
not,
Ace Ventura. It was like an
Yeah,
Ace Ventura.
It was.
It was Big League Chew.
Big League Chew.
Definitely Big League
See,
Chew.
that would have been more believable. No, he had what wintergreens? What is it? The bubble?
Yeah, it was like the regular.
Wrigley.
It was the
Wrigley.
regular silver. Yeah, the little like silver aluminum wrapper. But the fact that he's able to blow that hole, jump out, and then I don't know. Did he put the shark repellent on before he jumped? Did we see him lather himself up real quick?
Does that work? The shark. I mean, because I know.
Well, first of all, hold on. We should really talk about the anti-shark sentiment in this movie because just jumping into the fucking water with sharks.
And wait a second. He doesn't
alive.
jump into water. He does a swan dive. He does an Olympic swan dive from that literally like his arms are out and like it was a perfect 10 dive into that water. Like,
Wait, were you about to give us a behind the scenes from your friends in Hollywood?
It wasn't 10.
No, Statham.
Yeah.
He was a member of the British National Diving Squad for 12 years and even competed in the 1990 Commonwealth Games.
Then if he did his own stunts, that was an Olympic dive. I mean,
I don't think insurance would allow him to jump that far.
I don't know. I mean, listen, he might have done it, but you know what? You're escaping from a prison. Wouldn't you just run and jump? Like, you're going to trust, like, you don't know how shallow the water is. You don't know if there's rocks down there. No, let's do a swan dive.
I'm sure he tested it out. I'm sure they can't show all those scenes, but that probably would have added another week if he took a boat there, prodded the water.
Okay, so
check when he was going to jump.
Back to the shark repellent. So I know a certain lawn care company that would sell flea and tick control that I know doesn't really work, that, you know, ticks still get through. So, and we're talking about little insects. You're going to tell me you're going to lather yourself with shark repellent, that the shark's going to smell it, and then you're like, nope, you know, and they're going to turn around.
But Andrew's going to say it best. That's what he was talking about before. Sharks rarely eat people.
Yeah, that was the weird thing. Like, the sharks weren't going to attack him in the first place. I mean, he might have sprayed on some of this L'Oreal shark repellent. I don't know what that. It was a perfectly, you know, tube of whatever the fuck he bought at that.
Maybe it was an excuse to show his man boobs.
You know what?
Because
because that would have been number 3. I want to say of him.
And they're all quick scenes of him showing them. But because if he didn't buy the shark repellent, I don't think anyone would have thought twice about sharks. They're just like, all right, he's escaping from this prison, and he's.
That might have been a shark repellent promo. Now that I'm thinking about it. That might have been a.
But is that a real thing though? Like, did he really sell shark repellent?
Oh yeah,
it just sounds ridiculous. They do
in Malaysia.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, would you feel comfortable putting shark repellent and then swimming in the ocean? Like, feeling like, all right, you know, I feel comfortable.
That.
Right.
No.
So then, why would they sell it? I don't think anyone.
Because there's some people that are like, you know what? I'm gonna go down there anyway. Let me just have a little added protection.
Just in case you're breaking out of prison in Malaysia. Yeah.
Well, you know what? Maybe
well.
Malaysian sharks aren't as smart as other sharks.
Oh, shit. Now, you know what? Now all of our fucking viewers are gone. Malaysian sharks were the last 5 fucking things.
So then he gets picked up. He gets picked up by the boat. He gets onto it, and I love his one-liner. He has only a couple in this movie, but I love this one. And they say, "Good job on krill," and he goes, "Prison food will kill you."
How long was that fisherman waiting out for that?
Well, he's only there for a day. He wasn't. There was no nightfall
staring at
that
his
prison.
tablet.
It wasn't even a day. I think it was a couple hours.
Yeah. And then Gina. So this was the part that we have Crane talking about to Gina, and then this is where you guys mentioned before that now Crane's like, oh, he gave you his dad's watch. That's his. You know, now I know he can do anything. So then the next target, we have the sex trafficker, the rich guy who lives in a high-rise apartment in a wild, and then this is in Australia. So I think this one's in like Sydney, Australia. And so again, he has to camp out here.
Which is like what, a 24-hour flight to get there? So it's just to get there.
Well, from Malaysia, not that far.
Oh, from
Wi-Fi.
No, but he's not in Malaysia anymore because he goes back to it. Doesn't he go back?
He doesn't go back yet. No, he doesn't go back yet.
I thought he went on the boat. He snuck on the boat, right?
No, that's after this one.
Okay.
No.
Those fishing boats are fast.
So he's there pretty close. So then his thing is to get into the apartment. And I thought this was pretty cool. So he pretends he's in the building. He wants to check out one of the apartments, and I'm sure he picked like the right one. He calls the friggin' lady, the realtor, and gets her to pick up a dummy call. And then he takes the pictures of the keys and is able to freaking make a. Dude, where does he buy that?
I said that. Where does he get all this
I know.
equipment? It's ridiculous. Like they really to me that. Listen, the whole movie's far fetched, but like they should have had a cue that like shows like, all right, I'm gonna need this, and this for the next job, and then I think it would have made it a little more believable.
You guys have clearly never clicked on the help button on MS Paint. It is.
So you're saying MS Paint could copy keys exactly where you can use it to enter any house?
Exactly, and it locates the nearest locksmith.
Wow, okay.
Is that like Clippy? Is that like a version of Clippy in MS Paint?
Yeah. Are you trying to blow up the nearest douchebag upstairs? Yes, we can.
Here's how you do it. And he even has drawings in this one. So I almost feel like he's there longer because he has the plans for this building, but he also has like drawings, like hand drawings that probably took him hours in his little like recon place that he's staying at.
He has the blueprint of a prison. Like he has the blueprints, whatever. Like he has access to anything he wants. Anything.
Yeah. So we see him test out the product that he has that can like really, he can drill a hole, then put it in, and it cracks the glass. Didn't this guy, where's his name? I thought he had a pretty cool bad guy name.
Was it?
No, was he Adrian Cook? Yeah, Adrian Cook. So he
Oh,
did
Adrian.
he remind you
That's
of
a
Terry
cool bad guy name?
No, I thought it was cooler. No, not cool. No, what I was gonna say is, didn't he remind you of Terry Silver with a line that he had? He had a line. He goes, he's on the phone. So we don't even know who he's talking to. He goes,
okay.
We're not dumping on the reef, near the reef. There's a difference, damn tree huggers. So that's the one. That's like the last line that he says, because all he does is later he shoes off his. He doesn't like people watching him swim. Kind of weird.
Not.
He doesn't like watching. He doesn't want people.
Yeah, he doesn't want anyone seeing his body.
Yeah.
Which,
they make him.
by the way,
he makes him turn.
It makes him turn, but he's got a full glass pool, but everybody can see his body.
Yeah.
So that makes no sense. Like, you know.
Dude, you wouldn't catch me dead swimming in that. I would never do that.
I've seen like these like videos of these hotels in like other countries where they like the pool goes over the ledge. No way.
Yeah.
No way.
So Bishop at this point, he dresses like a maintenance man. They easily let him into the building because why wouldn't they check? Seems like they have some like it's easy, just walk right in. But he's able to get into the apartment that he looked at with the key that he made, and he's able to sneak out of that window. And dude, this scene, I really enjoyed this scene. Great sound effects.
It is.
Now this whole just a weird just all the intricate. So he drills this hole, and then he uses syringe for something else. But just this look when he makes eye contact. God damn! Then the way he goes down the building is so bad. And the guy gets sucked out of there. You just see him like go down a huge drain.
Right?
Yeah. Okay. First of all, it's a full glass pool. Well, you know, my parents have a pool, and I could see bugs that are like in the bottom of the pool, like from the steps on the one end. You're gonna tell me in this glass pool, the guy's walking into the pool, you don't see a guy hanging on the bottom? You don't see anything? It's a glass. It's like all glass. How does he not see him?
I mean, he's very white.
Who?
He's
The
very,
guy swimming?
Very. No, Jerry.
He's wearing a black outfit.
Yeah.
So I mean that's even worse. So it's a glass pool, and there's a guy wearing a black outfit on the bottom of it. You're not going to see that at all.
Well,
he saw him after he drove, after he swam to the end. He's swimming, doesn't notice anything until he gets like right over him. Really? And the hole was kind of small when it was leaking. You're going to tell me he couldn't quickly swim back?
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? I don't know how far up his floor was, because he was on the 55th floor, like that pool. And I don't know how far Statham was, probably like the 40th, maybe. I don't think he climbed up that far. And that he was able to get out, close the window back up, change, and then he's able to get to the street while the water's still like pouring out. Like, dude, insane. The fear that I would have. Obviously, I think he could have got out of the pool, real life situation. But dude, when you see the thing, when he's screaming for his guards and he's like going around like the drain's going.
Didn't that happen in like Final Destination or something like, or one of those movies where someone got caught in a drain in a pool?
I
thought.
Yeah, one of those movies. In
That's
some
so
horror
stupid.
movie I remember seeing.
Yeah.
It.
But again, the hole was pretty small when he started panicking. Like he had time. It wasn't that long of a pool, you know, like he easily could have gone out. And where was his bodyguards? Like they only turned around. They can't watch him. They weren't watching him swim at all. Like,
yeah, that's what it was. Maybe like one guy was like, "Hey, I think he's yelling." He's like, "Don't look. He doesn't like it. His butterfly stroke is very personal." I imagine that the Australian guy he hires, sex trafficker, he hires guys from Brooklyn.
oh.
Oh.
Now, Andrew, would you swim in a pool like that?
Oh, 100 times. I was swimming it if there was a crack in it.
No problem.
No
So,
questions
do you ever
asked.
see those?
No questions. If Jason Statham was looking at me, I would be doing
I can see you like
laps
mooning. Like if he was like that
waiting
close,
for
you
the
like moon
crack.
him, like because he's underneath you.
I would. Yeah.
Did you ever see those?
Oh my God!
There is a double dog.
Double.
You
Dog.
ever see those bridges that I think somewhere in like Asia, there's like a bridge that's a glass bridge that you walk across, but it's like you could like it's over like the mountains, but at
really?
at certain points there's like fake cracking on the bridge. I saw a video of this.
Oh, I've
And the
seen
woman
that.
who was
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
freaking out, you know, it's not really cracking, it's just like a video of it, but it looks real. Holy cow. Like, no way. No way.
Oh, wow. Jesus.
So Andrew said he would swim in a pool like that. Even if there was a crack in it.
No.
Yeah.
Well, Andrew's a diver, but why would you want to? Why would you dive up there? That'd be scary.
Would you be afraid to do like a cannonball in there? Like, do you think it can like do a cannonball?
I mean, I would probably aim for someone, like as I was falling, because he clearly did.
Wait, you're talking about if when you're falling, you're
aim,
aiming
like-
for someone?
Yeah, I think I would probably survive. If I hit, like a really big person, I think I would probably.
Well, you want to hear a crazy story? I went to Jerry Springer, not Jerry Springer, Maury Povich. I was, in the audience, and he had people that survived crazy like things, and he had someone that jumped out of a plane like 1,000 times, and one time his chute didn't open, his second chute didn't open, and now he's aiming for some kind of body of water. He landed, hit the water. He said it wasn't that deep. I mean, I don't remember how deep it was. And all he did was break a few ribs and had like a bruise from his chest down to his leg that gave off heat 3 weeks later. Like it still gave off heat. And that's it. Because it was like crazy stories that survived. So can you imagine imagine falling out of a building like this guy. Like what goes to your mind? And I know the joke. What's the last thing that goes through like a fly's mind before it hits a windshield? And it's his ass? Or something like that. It's or goes through his head or something like that. So yeah, that's a dad joke.
Oh. We'll leave it in. So then from doing this, he gets like a satellite phone call with Gina, which these guys are so dumb. They set her up in that room, and obviously she moved the camera in order to reveal like the yacht next to them, the yacht number, but. Why would it even be that close? Why wouldn't he like have her face a different way? Because she's able to say, look at the watch. And he's like, I don't get it. She's like, look at the watch. And then that's when he notices the thing and the guy backhands her within seconds.
Well, the guy does not look like the brightest guy. I mean, he just looks like the muscle, so yeah. So, but he does whale her. I mean, he hits her hard.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
No, he hits her hard. But then within seconds, he's able to go, you know who I'll call? Boop, 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 boop. The harbor master or whatever. He's like, yeah, some guy hit my boat. I got to call. We got to do insurance Where's the boat? Oh, sure.
What are the odds of that person speaking English?
Well, they're calling it Australia.
Where is the? No, that's not where they're located.
They were in Sydney. Yeah.
They were. Okay.
Yeah, they happen to be in Sydney.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Oh, never mind.
Well, how did he know where to call?
What?
I go, well, maybe, I'm sure there was some code, maybe within the numbers. He probably knows boats.
Okay, but
He seems like a guy.
what are the odds of someone picking up the phone and not going to an automated service? You call any of these numbers. There's no way someone just waiting for someone to call. It's going through.
Or it's the new guy that doesn't know how to access the system. Sir, I'm so sorry. Guy's got to put you on a brief hold. But no, within seconds, this is where he gets his helicopter pilot that he seems to have a rapport with, because he's able to tell, could you imagine being a helicopter pilot and a guy hires you that you don't know, and he's like, okay, can you just go about 50 yards from the boat? I'm gonna jump out. That's how you knew that they knew each other. But dude, he kicks so much ass, and the silencers, and I love that he hides only like 2 of the bodies, but the one guy he shoots, he covers in like a tarp that was like covering like a little boat. Another guy he shoots throws into like a little door, little opening, closes the. Like, I love how intricate the kills are. Like you said, he's so
quiet,
stealthy Statham,
and no one sees him. And you would think like a guy like this would have cameras everywhere.
Exactly.
Nothing. So it's that easy to get on, because it really didn't look like he was struggling to get on the boat. Or you're going to tell me there's not one person looking out, seeing a boat come or a helicopter fly by near, or a boat come by. Like, you don't think they have out like lookouts everywhere, like around?
I would think they have radar. There has to be
radar,
some kind of
or
radar
just lookout.
that,
They have a guy in one of those. What are they? The towers, the bird's nest, or whatever. What are they called?
Yeah,
Eagle's
bird's
nest?
nest.
Is it eagle's nest or bird's nest?
I think eagle's nest would be. That makes more sense, right?
Well, an eagle is a bird.
Well, could it be any bird then? I think it's eagle's nest is the term.
Well, okay. I don't know why.
Eagles.
Yeah. Eagle eye.
Or I guess a hawk nest.
Eagle eye.
I don't think hawk nest.
What's the difference?
Hawks have better vision. Eyes like a hawk.
Okay. Eagle eye.
Heart like
he has an eagle eye.
Why do you keep saying eagle eye? What is eagle eye?
You never heard of eagle eye?
I remember the movie with Shia LaBeouf.
No, but you never heard of Andrew. You ever hear of eagle eye? Like someone has an eagle, or something like that. Like because an eagle could spot a rodent from all the way up in the sky, all the way down on the ground. They have eagle eye.
Oh, where I grew up, it was eyes like a hawk. But...
Okay. I'll just tell you right now, I think an eagle would rip apart a hawk in 2 seconds.
Whoa.
Eagles are huge.
Yeah.
God, we just lost every hawk listener that we...
And the eagles. Oh, no, we gained the eagles.
We gained the...
Do we still have the Malaysian prisoner?
I think they're back. I think they're back. I think they're back with us. But on this boat, he fires so many bullets. Like, I'm thinking that in my head, I'm like, he's firing a lot, and then he finally runs out. So when he's out of bullets and he's parkour, when they know something's up on the boat, which this boat has a lot of henchmen, he's parkour, like his stunt work, him going from like the first deck, kicking off the rail, going to the second deck, dude, it's phenomenal.
No, it's awesome. No, but I don't know guns that well. How many bullets are in a cartridge?
140.
Because he'd like, it's like he uses 10 on each person. Like, he doesn't shoot him once. Like, first of all, why is he shooting so many times? If he's that good, like, I mean, there are like some action movies where these guys just shoot one shot in the head at every person. No, he's shooting every guy like 5 times.
I know. That's why I thought that. I'm like, even a gun like that, maybe like 20 bullets.
Yeah, you would think.
Maybe.
No, he had unlimited. He put the cheat code in.
He put the cheat code in. And then he finally...
How many people does he kill through this whole entire movie?
Ooh.
It's got to be upwards of 100, right? Like, it seems like it's an excessive number of employees of arms dealers.
Well, why would he feel remorse for killing that one guy in the boat, but he's killed 50 other people the rest of the movie?
Correct. Like, he just
No, I know. No, he makes the times of this movie that he really kills a bunch of people are during the I guess not even during the first one. He kills the guy with the knife. He kills and then his targets. And then Max's guys, the third kill, he kills a lot. And then on this boat scene, I guess that opening sequence, do any of those guys really die? I'm sure they just had to go to the hospital. I don't think any of those
but
guys...
they're maimed for life, scarred for life. I mean, yeah. But
you have to look in the mirror, remember that day.
Why would you want to work for any of these bad guys, for Tommy Lee or even this guy? Because, you're just a number. He doesn't show any remorse. He knew Jason Statham was coming. He said that, right? He said, I knew you were coming. And all these guys are expendable. And why would you want to work for these guys?
Great health benefits.
Well, they're not Malaysian.
They're
not Malaysian.
A lot of people, right? They have more employees than Walmart has at their checkout lanes. I guarantee it. Guaranteed. If these arms dealers were running a Walmart, they would have multiple lanes of checkout.
Well, you know what? I bet you also would be cleaner, because you see how clean that boat was. That's a nice boat. So if they ran the Walmart, it would be much cleaner.
And then he finally gets caught, and this is the part that I love, because he's caught, and then what Crane says before he's tied up in a chair. He's tied in a chair, and Crane goes, "Do the kill or I kill her." And then you're thinking, okay, they'll let him out because he has to go do the kill, right? No, he doesn't even allow that to happen. He swings the chair, breaks, knocks two guys out, and then he jumps off through the window.
Okay, so at this point, if you're the bad guy, you have to say, all right, he's already snuck on the boat. He'd already he really mowed down everybody from the beginning of the movie to now. Let's just, he got rid of two of the guys. Let's just call it a day. He got rid of two people. There's only one left. We're still in charge. He's going to come back for us. Let's just give him his girlfriend and let him walk away. No.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The market share went up already. If there was 25%, if you thought that killing the other three would give him everything, now he's going to split everything with Max. Whatever. He went up 25%.
And he doesn't think he's going to be pissed. He's still, even if he does the last job, he's still going to come back and kill you. You know he's going to do that. So, yeah.
But you beat the shit of or killed most of your guys on the boat, and you still give him another opportunity.
Yeah.
What?
Well, there's a lot of trust in this movie.
There is. And the fact that he was smart enough that when he got dropped off by the helicopter to put an oxygen tank under the boat, and his little dude, whatever that thing is the coolest thing in the world.
Oh, the little yeah.
Whatever the underwater thing.
They've used that. It's funny. They actually I watched the challenge, on MTV, and they actually, one of the challenges was using that to go underwater to do a lot, untie a rope, and they use that thing.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that thing is very cool.
That did look cool. So then the last target is Max Adams, an American arms dealer, played by Tommy Lee Jones. Dude, his outfits in this movie and his soul patch.
Wait,
and
his outfits?
glasses.
He's wearing silk pajamas.
Oh, no. He's wearing silk striped pajamas. And then the next time he's changed, he's wearing a leather jacket. He's actually wearing, so Krill, which I don't think they thought about this when they wrote the movie and casted him. Krill was the name of, I think it was Busey's name in Under Siege.
Really?
Or it was it was somebody in Under Siege's name. It was either the commander of the ship.
Really?
Somebody was Krill, and I thought that was a funny connection that I saw on IMDb. But the fact that what he's wearing later in the movie, when he's wearing that leather jacket,
well, you know what? I haven't seen Under Siege in a long time, but I know he played kind of an over the top bad guy. Didn't he have kind of long hair, like a rock? He was part of the band, right, or something like that. Or
he was in the band.
So I could almost see them as the same character. Maybe this was a prequel to Under Siege.
Will this be after a sequel to it?
No, but it might have been a prequel to the movie Under Siege. Oh, Under Siege came out after this? You're saying? No. I'm saying, so
Under Siege came out before, so that's a prequel.
No, but I'm saying that you can't make a prequel after a movie comes out? Star Wars did it for 3 movies.
Yeah, okay. I got you. Yep.
What are you not getting?
You're saying, wait, I don't know what you're talking about. You're saying this movie's a prequel
to Under Siege? Correct. Tommy Lee Jones's character showing you, and then in Under Siege, he goes from this character to Under Siege.
No, they didn't have Blackberries in freaking 1991.
I'm just,
and the technology.
I'm just saying his character. I could see it being like a prequel. Why are you getting so angry?
Because we're a sequel podcast.
Okay, listen. Andrew was okay. I can see it in Andrew's face. He was on board. Andrew was on board.
I was.
See,
I was.
See? Andrew, you shrinking over there? What's going on? Oh.
So then he has 24 hours. Again, all the other ones seem like it took for weeks. So he has 24 hours to be able to do this. So this is when Bishop finally puts it together. Andrew broke another glass or plate. I didn't see it. But no, he finally figures it out. He's getting rid of all the competition. So he's trying to like outsmart them. But how about his idea? Because it's so hard to get to this bunker. He shoots. How close is the hospital? He's able to snipe the guy, and then he's able to sneak onto the medical helicopter that gets called in seconds and flies out there.
Well, wasn't it behind the mountain, the place?
It was, but it must have been right near the hospital because he sniped from the top of the hospital.
That's what I'm saying. So I think that hospital is like right below the mountain where Well,
and he climbed in the back. Is there a back like a trunk to a helicopter that he was able to open it, roll in, and nobody notices? What if you like? What you would feel someone else in there? Right?
I would think you would feel someone. Plus, there's only a certain amount of weight you could carry, on a helicopter.
Exactly.
So and I don't think there's a lot of there isn't a carriage area for a helicopter, right? There can't be. A helicopter is kind of small. So yeah. And how did he get on top of the roof of a hospital
without anybody?
But
Maybe
no
they don't
one,
have cameras.
No one.
Nobody believes in cameras in any of these movies.
I wouldn't even know where the first place to look to get on the roof of a hospital, and he's camping out up there with a gun, with a sniper gun. How did he get it up there?
How did he get it through customs or on the airport? Like, this is in Germany. This is Munich. So maybe he has a shipping container there.
See, I'm thinking, he's obviously a killer that's traveled the world, and he probably has all these little. It's not really a safe house, but he has all these places that he just stores his stuff for all his assignments.
He has apartments everywhere.
He does.
No, I wrote down all of Max Adams' outfit. He's wearing. I wrote Beetlejuice pajamas. He has highlights. He has highlights in his hair. He's probably 70 at this point. Earrings, soul patch. He's wearing slippers and rose-colored glasses.
Fluffy red slippers. They were big, big slippers.
I thought he was Jeff Goldblum when I first saw him.
You know what?
Good.
He would have been great for this role.
Shit.
Yeah, But you know what though? I think Tommy Lee looked like he had fun with the role. He did the role great, and he just looked like he had fun with the role. But he
only had to act for probably 2 days.
2 days. But I expected him to be the to me, he would have made the bad guy really good. He would have been the good bad guy.
He was a laid back for being this big time arms dealer. He was so chill, so laid back. I love when he's like, "Hey guys, he's fucking here. he's in the safe." Because Statham only takes out a few of his guys, and then he just is able to get into that safe room. But he's like, "I just want to talk," and he's like, "Wait,
you never heard of a phone or something like that?" Didn't he say something?
I love that. Yeah.
But he was very calm when he said it, and he's making a drink. No, he's definitely a very laid back, chill guy. He's just doesn't listen.
And
when you're wearing silk pajamas all day long, you're gonna be chill.
Twist, though.
Yeah, you have to be chill.
That would have been a perfect twist if he was the ultimate big baddie instead of Crane, and he orchestrated the whole thing. It would have been.
That would have been Death Wish 4-esque.
You're right.
You think he's this really chill guy, but no, the fact that again he probably knows. Do you think he knows who Arthur Bishop is? I guess he's got to be like a ghost, right? That nobody really knows who he is, because why would he go along with the story? Hey, you're going to fake your own death. Wouldn't that be what somebody who wants to kill you says? This bomb's going to go off, which goes off very close to him. When he's on that bridge and it blows up, I'm thinking dude, he's dead.
And he's not a professional. And he kind of gets tossed in the water. So
he does.
Yeah. So
and
you're going to trust that. Listen, I feel heat standing next to a fire pit. I'm going to trust that he's going to tell me a bomb's going to go off. You're going to be right next to it. No way.
Exactly. And then he tells Crane that Adams is, dead in the sub with his prized possessions. And then Crane's going to send his guys to confirm it. And dude.
Well, did they confirm all the other kills?
Oh, no, because on the news, they said they couldn't find the body.
Okay.
So that wasn't like confirmation. I guess because the news, couldn't he have paid somebody or put out like a fake broadcast? But no, the fact that he pulls shoot 'em up, setting up the guns.
Yep.
Dude,
That's what I wrote down. It's a home. This whole scene is Home Alone by far. Yeah. I mean, I don't think, honestly, I don't think any of those things would have worked. Like in real life, if you set up a machine gun like that, I don't think that's working like that.
Yeah, probably it would have to be pretty stabilized, like secured not to move.
And aiming exactly where it needs to be, where it kills everybody, where the gun is. Like he knew exactly where they're going to stand for that gun to go off. No.
So again, Crane doesn't have friggin' cameras on his boat, but he has a FaceTime that he's able to watch this entire. There's the signal's so good that he's able to watch from his like main like henchman guy this whole time. I loved his death because that guy really, obviously all he really did was slap Gina. So there wasn't like so much, like it's not like him and Arthur had like some kind of like back and forth that were like, I'll get you later. But when he thinks he can hide in the sub and he tosses the grenade in there, like just that was...
And if you're what's his name, Crane, you're gonna run out of like plates and glasses for your next dinner party.
Dude, your mom's Elvis plates. She loves those.
I'm like thinking like, all right, if I'm Crane and now I'm seeing Statham take out more of my guys, at what point do you say, you know what? Screw it. I got to get out of here now. Like, why are you waiting for him to come to you? Like, he's going to get you. He's going to get to you. Like, leave. Like you, I'm sure you have enough money that you could hide. You have a hideaway somewhere. He still like lingers around. Like, I don't understand why these guys do that.
I don't understand either. And he's able to, from that scene, he gets on his dolphin propeller thing. And then it's almost like he's in Germany, right? He's in Munich. And then he's able to go to Australia. It's almost like it looks like he's going right from there because they show him on the propeller thing. And then next thing he's on that boat.
Well,
he's right near
the
that
propeller
boat.
thing lasts about 8 hours. So, when you with the battery life. So,
they edit out the scene that he has to stop and charge it for a little bit and get a sandwich. But no, so he's there in seconds. And then Gina's on a boat. And in this scene, Raheem is on this. He's with Jessica Alba in this scene. But dude, the fact that he doesn't have a gun and he's able to take them all out with a knife.
You have a bunch of bad guys with he has no gun. Like you said, they all have guns. You're gonna tell me now one person can shoot him? Not one?
This is the part where because there wasn't real blood. Like it wasn't like effects. That was a lot of computer. And dude, in the next, I'll talk about it now. But when he is like down and they're shooting at him, the bullet holes, dude, they look like when people put bullet holes on cars, like those crappy decals that morons put on their cars. But we just lost the one guy that does that. He's like, man, I thought that was cool. But no, dude, those things look like that on that like white leather couch behind him. It was so funny to see that because when he starts moving, you could sort of see them like not look as good behind. Oh my gosh, man.
Yeah, I know. That's what like made me laugh in this movie. Like, they definitely had some good like stunts and stuff that they showed, but they chinched down on a lot of other things that were so obvious. Like, they should have spread out the budget a little better than I think they did.
Yeah, for $30 million, I guess they were like, you know what? Let's see if we do better than the first one. Because I forgot what the first one did. For this one to be able to make,
was he a big name?
In
was he a big name in the first one?
Oh yeah,
he was.
He was already big. Transporter movie. Yeah, first one came out in 2011. Transporter movies are 2002.
Okay. So they also had a bigger star too. They had Ben Foster, I think, in the first one.
Yeah, but he wasn't even super big at that point.
Okay.
That was like because he was the guy who was like quote unquote training, which
that was
yeah. We don't want to reveal that.
Yeah, that was good.
For people that don't remember that movie, but Yeah, so then Gina's fighting a random henchman. This would have made more sense if she was going against the guy that slapped her before, because she should have got the revenge, because this random henchman shoots her. So she gets shot in the gut. And I'm like, why would they have this guy that we don't even know who it is to have like this not moment with her, but it should have been that number 2.
Yeah, but
that was the one that shot her.
That guy was pretty big, though. So, I mean, I don't think she's really going to do anything with him anyway. But, yeah, I mean, like, she really takes a beating in this movie. I mean, you know,
God,
I wasn't expecting to get a shot. I mean, that was pretty...
At this point, I'm still thinking, like, man, they're really selling this double cross. Like, this is unbelievable. Like now they've shot her. Like, oh, this is really selling it.
Imagine she was behind the whole thing. Like, you know, instead of her, you know, like that she's working for the guy. Imagine like she was like the big reveal. She was Jigsaw.
She would
this whole time.
She was Jigsaw.
Oh, that would be great. That would be great.
So then we have Bishop. He uses the guy's human shield. I love that. But my favorite one was when he throws the grenade in the hot tub and he throws the guy on top of it. That was
but
cool.
That grenade sat there for a while. You know, like, because even when the guy threw in there, like, wouldn't it have done more damage? The guy's like, he just like blew up in the air. Like you saw him, like, you know, I just thought like, doesn't a grenade do a lot more damage than that?
Well, not in water.
Well, he threw the grenade first and then the body, right?
Yeah.
Then the guy. He threw the Okay. All right.
God, I love that. That's so great.
It's amazing.
This whole time, Andrew's throwing glassware like it's nothing. So then we have, again, just like bad guys. So if you're going to get off a boat, if you know you can get off a boat, okay? Because he says, guys, get the boat ready. Crane's yelling at the like 4 remaining out of like 200 henchmen that Statham didn't kill yet or maim. And he sets the timer for 4 minutes. That's a lot of time. Even though Crane says the blast that will happen from this, you won't be able to get away from. Not that big of an explosion.
Wait. You think 4 minutes is a lot of time?
4 minutes to,
4 minutes to play chicken with a bomb? I don't think so. Like think about, like, all right, you're leaving to go somewhere, you know, with your wife in the car. How long does it take you to go from the inside your house to get to the car, to get the car started, to move? 4 minutes is not a lot of time, and they're at one end of the ship. They had to get to the other end of the ship.
Well, that's dumb on Crane's part. Wouldn't he give himself more? I just thought the fact that I don't know. I always think those guys don't give. It gives too much time to like a guy like Arthur Bishop to be able to, you know, just foil his plan.
Yeah, but I don't think it's giving you enough time, because it literally, like, he was barely getting away when Bishop got to him. So I don't know. To me, 4 minutes, I'd panic.
Even better, not even the 4 minutes. How about this guy has all this technology? He's able to watch the guy, you know, in Munich, like going to the sub, like on satellite. Why wouldn't he just have a button that he's able to get away and then able to just blow up Arthur?
What's the button to get him away? Like eject him?
No, I'm saying he has a button that blows up the ship, so he does it whenever he wants.
Yeah, that would make more sense, but, you know, it's not as intense.
Yeah, why wasn't he in the escape pod? Yeah, no, dude, you're right.
Why is that on there? It reminded me of Star Wars.
Yeah.
It was a Star Wars escape pod.
Do all boats have that? All yachts have that?
What?
Those rich people are in some weird shit.
You know what? That's it. The rich people are out of this.
Where'd Chauncey go? Oh, he got so blasted last night, dude. He went to the bottom of the ocean.
Now we lost all the Chaunceys. All the Chads, all the Chaunceys.
I think Jessica Alba came back, though. I
Well, she better.
feel
She's
like
on the
she
show in a
came
couple
back
weeks.
to listen to that. What? You Jessica Alba?
We'll see. You got to listen to find out.
I do love the fact that he pulls like an Armageddon, because he's like, okay, Gina, and he throws her into it, locks her up, and he's like, get to shore. Like, he just gives her that instruction. But I did really enjoy the Crane versus Bishop fight. To finish the movie, I thought it was great.
And
Crane was the only one to land a hit on Bishop.
Yes, which makes
was really,
exactly
really weird.
well, but isn't he kind of in the same league as Bishop? Like, wasn't he? Because what's their history? Again, he left.
He came
Oh,
from the
that's
same
what it
orphanage,
was?
right?
It was an orphanage?
It was something weird. It was
Yeah, it
some
was
weird
something-
storyline.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? I like the way he tied him up at the end. Like, what is like,
Yeah.
it was such a weird.
Oh, what? Dude, the fact that he was using that as a weapon.
Oh.
He was using the freaking.
Okay.
Because, wait, before we even get to that part of the fight, how about when he's on the boat? When he uses the boat.
Yeah.
And he shoots.
Okay.
Zodiac
the-
and he's spinning.
Yes!
How ridiculous is that? I mean, like,
It was, but it was awesome.
It was-
how fast it was going, and he was
That
able
was-
to shoot the remaining henchmen.
and hit him exactly. You're gonna tell me he's not dizzy and he's able to shoot? Like, that's like, you ever do bat races? Like, if you shotgun a beer and then you like spin on the
Yes.
bat. You're gonna tell me he's able? Like, you can't even walk straight after that. But he's spinning.
Not even that, teacups. It's
Oh.
like the teacups in Disney World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. It's ridiculous.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
God. Yes, that scene was wild. But when they do fight and he grabs again, how heavy are
I
those,
was gonna
right?
say,
that's a yacht.
That's a
right?
huge yacht. So that has to be pretty heavy and strong to be able to, like, I don't think you could just lift it up. Because don't they usually have like
That's right.
a crank that like lowers it or whatever, or whatever?
That was-
Like,
yeah, those anchors should be so heavy, but he's able to swing it around like a bat, and he's just about to hit him, and he just rolls out of the way. But no, I like, yeah.
do they have anchors like that where you just throw it overboard like that, like in a big yacht like that? I can understand for a small boat. I would think again it would be a crank, like you have to lower it into the ground.
No, I agree.
I don't think.
I would think it has
Yeah,
to be.
and there's no way you're swinging that around. And
No.
and if you are, you're hitting yourself. You
are.
And now we just lost all the maritime viewers of the podcast.
No, but when he wraps him up with the chain, I thought that was pretty cool because then he was able to leave him. But I love that's when he says, "You'll never get away, the blast." And then when I see him run to the into the ship, I'm like,
well, what did he say? He goes, "Who says I'm running?" Or he said something like that. He goes, "Who said I'm running
Yeah.
away?"
"Yeah,
Which I thought, like, all right, was he like flying out of there? Like, he's like, does he have a hang glider? Is he like,
I thought he was going back underneath.
yeah,
It was-
something
it
like,
was scuba diving again.
what he
Right,
said
really.
didn't make sense. So yeah,
the hang glider girl comes back
See?
from the opening
See?
sequence
That-
and picks him
that
up,
would've
and
been
then the
good.
credits roll."
that would have been good. He should have said, "Who says I'm leaving?" Is what he should have said, because he didn't leave.
He did not leave. Nope. But so then Gina's pod pops up. They open her up. You see like all the cops, ambulances, and everything. And Max is hanging out there. Max Adams is just hanging out there while the reporters are talking and everything.
Didn't that remind you of the
And-
Planet of the Apes thing when they landed that pod?
Yes,
That was the same pod as Planet of the Apes, right?
it looks exactly like it. Yeah,
Okay.
100%. But he looks around, and when they pull out the one thing, he looks at his people and he goes, "Even legends die." And then he looks up at the security camera. I'm like, that's kind of weird that he looked up at that. But I do love that when he looks at that, well, again, I guess he has access to everything. Max.
Well, I was going to
Adams,
say,
because when he
because it's not his security camera. It's Kane's, right?
no, that wasn't Crane's. It was just a random one on some
Oh,
dock.
so he was able to just get there and look at it. Okay. All right. Okay.
But one thing that was cool, so when he looks at him and he sees him come out of it, and he says, "Bang, you're dead," and he deletes the footage, so he truly disappeared like you want it. So cool to play homage to the original. Those are the last. Bronson writes a letter to his apprentice, Steve McKenna, played by John Michael Vincent, and that's in the letter. It says, "Bang, you're dead." That's how the first one
Is so the first one. So the one that Statham did, part one, is it very much similar to the original?
It is, yeah. No, it
Is the Bronson one good?
Oh, it's great.
Okay, I have to look at it.
Michael Winter directed it. Yes, 1972.
I have to watch it.
No, great. But then the end of the movie,
You have to say it's good,
the end of the movie,
or else you're gonna lose all the Bronson fans.
oh no, Bronson's awesome. But the end of this movie is so stupid because she's teaching the class, and then he shows up, and I'm just like, why did he take so long? Was it really? Did anybody even know he was on that ship to really prove that he's dead? Nobody knows he's really alive.
Not only that, like even I think it was. Okay, is it Crane or Kane?
Crane.
Okay, He even says
We're
like
at the end of the movie, and you're asking what his name is. That's
well,
good.
that's all right. So
Crane, Kane.
same thing. Crane, Kane. How many K names is it? Crane with a K or
Well, it's
Crane
a
with-
C. It's a C anyway.
How do you know? You know
It's in the credits.
Okay. Who watches credits? I don't watch credits. Yes, we lost the guy that writes the credits now. Okay. So he said that like you put this girl in this situation. It's your fault she's here. So at this point, she's completely safe. She's away from him. Like, you see this in movies all the time when you have to walk away from, why would he come back into her life? Like,
It's true.
He's putting her in danger again for part 3.
Which he wants to do. The director of this movie wanted to make a series out of it. And I think just giving the financial success, I'm surprised it didn't happen, but maybe it would. But
you know what? I think if they did do it now, I think it would do well. Because I think Jason Statham has got to be one of the top 3 guys in Hollywood right now. I think it would do well, and I think it would definitely be better than this one.
all right.
I would volunteer to be an extra in the Malaysian prison in the third one.
All the man boobs you can look at.
And you can get to the bottom of the rat circle, whatever that is. But so that's Mechanic Resurrection. Let's go to our action sequel expert. Andrew, would you recommend someone to watch this movie?
Yes, it has hit all 4 of the
B's, the 4 B's of
the Bs.
action sequels.
I've lost my papers, but yes, it has hit all 4 of the B's. It's been fun. The plot sucks. The acting is not on par with other great movies, but it's fun. It's fun. You can't go past the 4 B's. Yeah, if you're looking for something,
If you're looking for a 5th
that's-
B, get out of here.
Exactly.
It moves. I think this movie it moves fast. 90. It's again. I think it comes out to be 88 minutes. Jamie.
So I think it moves after she gets taken. I think before she gets taken,
Agreed.
it is a little slow. There's about 10, 15 minutes of them getting to know each other for the one day they meet. So, but yes, I mean, if you're a Statham fan, I mean, his action scenes are always awesome. He does stunts like Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan always uses like props to like do parkour stuff and everything. And that's what Statham does. And I think, if you enjoy that kind of action, I mean, the action scenes are great. Just get past the first 20 minutes and you're okay. Well, watch the first 5 minutes because it's ridiculous, and then skip the middle 15, and then the rest of the movie's good.
I think that's what makes up for that slow part, because you get that jolt of energy from that first 5 minutes. But no, he's great. The movie, obviously, the plot's so similar to Killer Elite, but I don't know, I just love what he does in these movies. Like the making it look like an accident. It's more in the first one. They're like really intense, a few of them that he does in the first one. But no, you got to see this movie. It's great. And it's a sequel, so why not? Andrew, thank you. You're a 5-timer.
Jessica Alba, we love you.
What is
you're
that?
a great actress. We would love to have you on the podcast.
It's an upside down triangle, or it's a heart, or Diamond Dallas Page.
Right? Yeah, I don't know. Jessica Alba, we love you. I just want to let you.
Thank you, Andrew. So the next sequel up, I think Jamie's gonna hate it.
Oh man.
It's sort of a romantic thriller. I think this is our first like non every other genre. This is our first like romance. It's kind of like it's kind of like one of those like softcore movies. There's not a lot of anything too rough in it. It's Mirror Mirror 3: The Voyeur. So bizarre. It's free on Plex TV, and it's the perfect Valentine's Day sequel. The movie has Billy Drago, David
I
Naughton.
think I watched 45 seconds of that.
David Naughton, who's an American Werewolf in London. He's in a ton of stuff. A young Mark Ruffalo. He was actually in Mirror Mirror 2, which surprisingly has Peter Vincent from Fright Night and Fright Night 2. I can't think.
Wait,
of
we're
his name
doing
right
Mirror
now.
Mirror
It's embarrassing.
3?
We're doing Mirror Mirror 3.
How many Mirror Mirrors are there?
I think there's like 4 or 5.
Is there a Snow White? Anything to do with Snow White with this?
No, not at all.
Well, because it's mirror, mirror on the wall.
I know it's she gets Monique Parent, next week's guest. She gets like taken into it's bizarre. She even talks about it. The movie had 2 directors and there's 2 houses right near each other. So they were running from house to house filming the different scenes. But yeah, I can't think of his name. Planet of the Apes.
Charlton Heston?
This is killing me. No, the guy that was in Fright Night 2.
Cornelius?
Legendary. Roddy McDowell. Roddy McDowell
Cornelius.
was in Cornelius. Yeah. He's in Mirror Mirror 2, which to me is like mind blowing, but no, it'll be fun to talk about because I watched some of it and Jamie.
So you're already saying that this is gonna be on my list of movies I hate. You're gonna.
Oh, dude, I think you might dump me. But no, so I talked to Monique, which I remember her growing up from like these B movies that she was in, and she was in like those late night Skinemax movies. But she talks about how she started her career in the B movie world, and then she was on the face. She was the face of like the Skinemax type movies. And then she worked with Jim Wynorski, so she had some fun Jim Wynorski stories. And then recently she starred in the Lifetime movie Killer Ambition that just premiered. And that also has our friend of the podcast, Sean Kanan, in it. So she had a cool rapport, like working with Sean. So it was a great chat that got cut short. My friggin' power went out. But no, she was a lot of fun to chat with. So don't forget to review, rate, share our podcast. Follow us on all social media at Sequels Only. And don't forget to check out our website, sequelsonly.com. Good night.
Good night. It makes me laugh every time.